What's going on, everybody? This is Steve with Altcoin Buzz, and we're coming at you today with a review of LAToken. This is the ticker LA. You can find them on CoinMarketCap if you want to check them out, and that stands for Liquid Asset Token. And these guys are exciting. While I've been doing some prep and research on these guys here, they've gone up in value a decent chunk just in the time that I've been watching them and trying to pull together some information before recording this video. But a couple things here of note that really excite us. There's an active platform now. So LAToken's gone out and launched an asset trading platform of which you can buy and sell goods in LATokens. They also have a wallet system for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and LATokens as well. These guys have a really low market cap, so massive potential to get in on something like this. Like if you can imagine that, even with the current circulating supply and the ability of them to add more of these max tokens into circulation as their marketplace grows, there is potentially a lot of room here for these guys to double or even quadruple in value in the next few months. And that's simply because now that their platform's built, people are going to inevitably start using it. And one of the main things that they're looking to do is to get involved in the ICO space. So they're looking to select some ICOs that are going to be coming onto the market here in 2018 and actually be supporting them by listing them as a commodity on their platform of which you could contribute to that ICO using LA tokens. That's a very novel concept. And they've done a lot of research on ICOs and how that's obviously the big boom in venture capital. People are looking to make a big chunk of money there. And they're looking to support people on that because the hardest part really of the ICO, once you've gotten past your white paper, your legal aspects and all that, is that it's very costly to market that thing and to market it effectively. What kind of assets do you need? Video, you need to have banner ads, all kinds of stuff. And you're going to pay tens of thousands, if not, potentially maybe a tenth of your project's entire ICO startup budget, million plus, could potentially be allocated just to marketing it to help generate the buzz that's needed to boost your platform. So these guys are coming in trying to provide a solution and, of course, get some mainstream adoption of their newly launched platform. Let's go ahead and check out the charts on these guys. You can see that right around October, which appears to be when they launched, they were sitting at around 30 cents max, 29 cents. And right now you could scoop them up for about 24 cents. So relatively good bargain. You can see after the ICO, people must have sold off and it held flat. But now that they've launched their platform, there has been a lot of price action on these guys. And we always say, buy the dip. These guys are currently in a dip right now. Even if they just go back to the 30 some odd cents that they were at just a few short weeks or just a week ago, really, you could potentially be looking at some 50% price action. But that's not where you want to be able to put in your investment on these guys, right? These LA tokens are going to go up in value the moment that more and more commodities get listed on there. And we'll show you their exchange platform here in a moment so you can kind of get an idea of what it's like. But this thing, could be 2x, 4x gains over the next 3 months. And that's easy, big time. If you want to check them out on social, they are at LA Tokens on Twitter. They're very active, so they've been publishing news, and these guys are like all up in the ICO space. So you'll learn a lot more about who those guys are. You'll be able to connect with them and send them some tweets. And if you're looking at picking up LA Token, the easiest place to pick it up is just sign up for their LA Token platform, deposit some Ethereum into your wallet, and then buy it straight there. But right now, and this is part of why they haven't seen a lot of market capital increase, is that they're currently only on Coin Exchange, Ether Delta, and HitBTC. So if you can imagine, and most of the transactions appear to be taking place there on HitBTC. So yeah, just imagine what's going to happen if another exchange, one of the more mainstream exchanges, picks these guys up. Those people are going to gobble up these low market cap tokens and just like moonshot that thing like crazy, strap into that rocket ship. So you're hearing it first because this is early on. This is a project that is like so legit. It's actually already launched its platform, unlike so many of these other ICOs with much larger market caps that are still just speculative. We have faith in those programs, But this one right here is like a show and tell. And if you guys are interested in learning more and connecting with people that are in the ICO and blockchain space, they're going to be having this awesome conference coming up in Singapore in February, and tickets are on sale right now. And there's going to be over 1,000 people in attendance with 100 notable speakers that will be giving out information about upcoming changes and upcoming developments in blockchain technology. But more importantly, you'll get to rub elbows with some important people that could help you network in this space. So let's go ahead and take a look at their platform. Signing up is so easy. I'm not going to show that to you guys. You literally just give them some contact info, email address, password, and that sort of stuff. And then it creates a wallet for you. It'll hold LA tokens, Ethereum, and Bitcoin currently. It's open 24/7, so the platform is like kind of like an auction system, or really just a store that's open 24/7. And on here, you can cash in your Ether for LA tokens and vice versa. So even though they're only listed on a few current exchanges, this is where I recommend download their platform, purchase the tokens, store them in the wallet. Start stocking up on these. Here's what I would do. I would take out an easy core position in these guys and be looking at making some money on this in like the 6-month term, big time money potentially. I would also make sure that I take out a position on tradable amount. So I want to have like a 50-50 where my core position represents about half of what my total investment's going to be. And the other half of it, I might use to both play with the platform and buy things and see how it works as I try it out. That'll give you a real big sense on what their platform can do. And then the rest of it, as you're seeing gains come into the platform here in the next few months, especially leading into 2018, cashing some of that out. That way you can get into other tokens. But here's some of the things that are really interesting about what they do. You guys have probably heard about Bitcoin futures already, but these guys are basically selling futures on current stocks. So you could take your LA tokens and buy a future in stocks like Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft. Nvidia must have just been added. I didn't see that a little bit ago. But Netflix, Apple, and Tesla, some of the most easily recognized. And what they'll do is at the settlement date, give or take whatever the actual value of it is on the settlement date, you can get a cash distribution between you guys, between you, the token holders. So that's pretty cool. Real estate can be listed on here. Fine works of art. Nobody's actually listed fine works of art. I think there's like $100,000 original purchase price requirement for listing a work of art. So, that's what they mean, fine art. They're not talking about, like your grade school paintings or some hobby shop stuff, but then the other category, nothing listed on there. But if you can go on right now and list your assets, either your tokens, fine art if you got it. I don't. My stuff comes from regular big box stores, so it's all prints and stuff. You can sell real estate on here, commercial and residential, and then you can get your ICO listed, which is where these guys are coming in big time. Now they've been doing a lot of research. Here's their Medium blog about how ICOs have disrupted venture capital. Obviously, right? We've seen like over 1,300 new ICOs come on, almost 1,400 new ICOs come onto the market. And that's about the total count right now in December 2017. So they're saying that those raised already more than $5 billion in venture capital in the ICO space. And those have averaged over $15 million a piece. Right here in September, October, November, was just a really big booming time for all these great ICOs. And if you're aware of so many of them, most of them are in blockchain infrastructure and or fintech. So, some of these should be some of the most recognizable names in the top 100. I'm not to say that they all necessarily are, but I've seen them all. So I know I tend to frequent the top 100, so I'm sure most of them are in there. But just think about how much more venture capital is going to get raised in the next 5 years in the ICO world. Massive. And, this goes in line with the advice that we're always shelling out, which is that altcoins and ICOs are usually a great return on your investment compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the slow and steady. You want to hold one Bitcoin if you can, right? Or at least aspire to get up to it. But if you're looking at making short-term gains, make those sprints with your investment, then you'll want to get into ICOs. You're getting in at the ground floor. You do have to have some patience with them. You don't want to get in the habit of just like dumping into an ICO and selling as soon as it hits the market. That's risky. But if you plan on like holding on to it for a long period of time, then you're basically getting in at that ground floor price that, the future price, it should just go up from there. But be smart, with your ICOs. Definitely be selective, but that's part of where they're going to be coming in, and they're going to be vetting out the ICOs that are coming onto the market and only listing selected ones. So they're actually going to analyze your legal, your infrastructure, your team, stuff like that, and make a determination on whether or not you're a good fit for the LAToken platform. So these guys are going to provide some sort of vetting for you on that. Let's take a look too. I think one of the coolest things here is that these guys are so involved that they're actually launching a blockchain forum in Singapore. This is the second one, but February 4th through 6th, it's going to be a 3-day event in 2018. You can buy tickets to it already. They've been on sale, but it's like in an early sale, which actually ends tonight. So if you want to get 40% off, try to buy the tickets tonight. If you're watching this on December 22nd, the day we're gonna post the video. But otherwise, still get in on it. There's going to be over 1,000 attendees and more than 100 speakers that represent a big stake of the blockchain industry. And you're going to be able to go into it with a game plan and a nicely defined agenda and meet and greet with these people, take a lot of notes and just absorb knowledge. If you're looking at launching an ICO, this is definitely in the next year. This is definitely the place to go. I just noticed that the Blockchain Economic Forum, they've embedded the LAT very cleverly into the logo there. So I've been looking at this for days and I hadn't even noticed that. So it just kind of Easter egged on me there. But it's going to be a 3-day event with over 1,000 attendees, well-prepared agenda. And what they're looking to do is they're looking to drive some discussions on the blockchain and like how we can expand that and how we can improve upon it in the next year at least. What kind of innovations are coming along, and also bring some key players together to see if there's things we can bring from one blockchain program into another and create some integration with these projects. That would be for the betterment of the entire cryptocurrency and blockchain space. Because really, at the end of the day, blockchain's not just about cryptocurrencies. Blockchain is about the everyday applications of mom and pops, grandmas, appliances in the house, education, medical history, medical records. There's just so much with data that blockchain is going to be able to integrate itself into. Cryptocurrencies and altcoins are really just the sexy aspect of that, of where you can make a financial investment and see those financial returns as these blockchain technologies are becoming more adopted in the marketplace. But with the current $5 billion ICO market, think about how much of that is going to be coming out in 2018. And with these guys getting involved in that and being a platform to help propel those ICOs, you can bet that a lot of upcoming ICOs are going to be pitching themselves to this LATokens team, and they're going to be getting a slice of that pie. So this is a project that's going to potentially see a ton of action here in 2018. I'd be looking at it to at least double in price. That's an easy given. And for me, I'm talking about doubling in price in, say, I guess about 2 months, a month and a half. Like I'm picturing that taking place around the time of the conference in February. But 4x gains, becoming a dollar coin is definitely not out of the question. I tried to pick the brains of the other guys on our team, and let's see, Shosh had made a prediction because he's really big on these guys, and his prediction, he thinks it's going to be a $2 coin. So, he tends to be pretty right. I know he hangs out behind the scenes a lot, and you pretty much hear from Jeff, and you sometimes hear from me. But Shosh is pretty much on the money a lot. So, that's just something to take into consideration. This isn't the coin to get into if you're looking at trading out of it in the next 7 days. That's not what we're saying. That part of your portfolio should be involved in higher risk and short-term opportunities. But put this in your mid-range portfolio. Bitcoin should be in your long-range portfolio. And this is LAToken should be something that you want to build up your core position within your mid-range portfolio as an investment and also stock up on the tokens now while they're still inexpensive. So that way you can participate in their token-based platform and make purchases on things, because you're really going to be leveraging your purchasing power on the things that enter their platform as you're getting in at the ground floor at 24-25 cents. I think it's going to go up from there. So it's probably already creeping up, because it was at closer to 22 cents just a couple hours ago. So, the price action is very strong on this token. Drop your comments below. Let us know what you guys think. Do you guys like hearing about upcoming projects or, exciting projects like this? Do you like to get into low market cap coins? That way you can try to be jumping in on something like the next Verge that's going to 10x and then 10x again. And, on that matter, I still think Verge is going to 10x one more time on us. But, you got to start analyzing sometimes the lower end of the spectrum. It's so easy on Bitcoin Cap and some of these other platforms to just get so absorbed in the first 100 coins that come up there. Those are the ones you're going to hear the most about, because big numbers excite people. But what are big numbers, right? Big numbers are things that are going to make you big numbers, and something that has a viable project, an existing platform, a strong team behind it that has incredibly low market cap. And we're talking $11 million. So just to get to $100 million, which wouldn't even put it anywhere near the top of the radar, would 10x your money. But if you can imagine this getting to $1 billion coin and jumping this up even higher, that's where, the end of 2018, $100 million may not even be completely out of the question on these guys. And that would be representing basically 9xing, 10xing your money. You be smart about it. This is just my observation. This is my prediction for it, because I'm getting in on it at this level, right? I'm telling you guys about it because I'm getting excited. I'm buying into this. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, but I'm certainly taking out a core position on these tokens because I see big time returns on a project like this. With so much speculation out there and so many of these other currencies representing projects that are half-baked or incomplete at this point, it's very refreshing to see something that's like way off the radar, like LAToken, that's already launched a platform. They did it without significant cash inflow, and these guys are still chugging along and fully dedicated to the industry as a whole. These guys are believers. So tell us what you guys think. Have you looked into them? I'm going to guess that most of you guys have never purchased the LA tokens, and probably should be now that we've been talking about it. But tell us what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I figure if you've listened this long, you've probably already subscribed and hit the bell for notifications, but make sure you have. Tell your friends about Altcoin Buzz too. If these guys are looking at getting into cryptocurrencies and they're like maybe sitting on the fence and they're telling you, I don't know, I kind of heard things about it, I don't think I'm going to get involved. One of the best things you can do is to turn those guys on to a team like Altcoin Buzz or one of our other channels that we're friends with, and let these guys hear it from other people's experts, other people's point of view at least. People that are analyzing the industry, people that have a voice, because they may not want to hear it from you directly. They might want to hear it from somebody that's not their best friend, or, good luck getting your parents involved in it because they don't want to hear their kids tell them about how they need to get into cryptocurrency. But the moment that they hear somebody else talking about it and suggesting sound advice, breaking down the analytics of what you should be on the watch for, that's why we're here. We're here to just talk about cryptocurrency. There's just not enough people out there. I can't turn on the TV and hear anything other than maybe some speculation or naysaying and FUD about Bitcoin. But there's so much more. There's almost 1,400 other currencies out there that you guys should be getting excited about. Follow us on Twitter at AltcoinBuzzIO, and check us out on Instagram. That's Altcoin Buzz. Drop us some comments. Make sure you subscribe there. We're pushing news constantly to Twitter and Instagram. So, you're going to get alerts on some price action there in addition to just these great videos. This has been Steve from Altcoin Buzz signing off.